Hey, welcome into this edition of the GASOCast, episode 4, 2023, about to turn it over a new leaf in 2024. Little house cleaning, a cup of hoops. Blue, you're dropping that soon. Make sure you check it out. Me and Blue talk a lot of players, and it is sponsored by Synergy. The GASO Fast Break is popping right now. We're doing a lot of fun things. The GASO Extra. Michael came up with a really awesome new segment about superlatives. We're writing, I think we'll hit over 30 players. So go see if you're mentioned. Next, team rankings coming out Thursday. And then, Michael, we're going to do a very special GASOcast about our event breakdown. You want to give a little more context around that?
Yeah, we have the dates finalized. We have the gyms finalized. 2024 is going to be here quick, and we're going to take you along with us as we kind of break down which events are brackets, which are showcase, where we're going to be at, what we're looking for. Just kind of a special cast where we unveil our official dates. You've seen them already, but we'll just break down week by week what we're looking forward to on those weekends and what you can look forward to as well.
Absolutely. Lastly, follow us. We'll be all over the place again this weekend. Me and Mike will be in Houston. Cy Hoops, I'll be in Dallas a little bit on Thursday. Blue, you will be in San Antonio.
I'll be on 35.
On 35. Hopefully it doesn't
Austin
take you
and
that
San Antonio. Day and a half.
Hopefully it doesn't take you that long on 35. Oh, inside joke. If you want to hear the joke, go get the GASO Fast Break and tune into the GASO Extra. All right, let's hop into our first segment. It is a meaningful one. Who was eating? Because that's all we do at the hospitality rooms. Hospitality check. Impromptu, Michael. What's been your favorite one thus far?
Jack Frost was elite, man. They were like, hey, eat now, in 2 hours, new food's coming. In 2 hours, new food's coming. I mean, refs were getting plates. Coaches were coming in at halftime getting plates. Just kidding, but maybe. Just elite. I always love the volunteer-based situation. It's a lot of parents from the school. We were at Georgetown High, and they're just so happy to be around. They want to talk ball. Just big time. Just big time stuff at the Jack Frost. And I'm hurting because of it. I need to go hit the treadmill.
Blue?
I think there's a little bit of something everywhere, like Michael was just pointing out, because of some of the parents that you might see in a rotation of 3 or 4 years when you go to the same tournament. And you know that, one of those parents, they made fresh brownies or something, not out of a box. They did it from scratch. And so then I don't know who's winning right now.
All right, well, I'll go. I'll take a little bit from everything. Pasadena Memorial, I got an omelet made for me, which was awesome. I know, yeah, no, they have the culinary kids doing the omelet. Had an omelet made for me at the Texas Jamboree. Sheet cake, legendary. I go every year for the players and the sheet cake. And then last week, I was sitting with Coach Gregory, the former coach of Mansfield Timberview, total legend. And he was like, hey, you got to try this cookie. It's like strawberry and white chocolate and blah, 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 blah. He's like, this mom makes it every year. And I have like 10 of them. Tried it. It was incredible. So I'll be heading back to specifically Timberview next year for Spring Creek so I can get me some of those. But let's talk players here. Michael, I'm going to pass this one to you. You saw a really fun 9 a.m. game, which you alluded to in the GASO Extra on the GASO Fast Break. Shameless plug. Tell us about who played well and who won. Who was eating?
Yeah, Buddha Johnson for Houston Episcopal. Sam McKinney and Jackson Vandergaard Buddha Johnson just have this chemistry that's undeniable. On the other end, Justin Begg was giving them everything they could possibly ask for. Justin Begg was going crazy and eating. But McKinney, Vandergaard got the win, so they were eating the most. Sam McKinney, 30 points in the game. I think like 15 rebounds. Vandergaard hitting big-time threes. Buddha Johnson was another one of those Region 4 teams that, they're going to be a problem just because they know how to play together. And those two were eating big time, especially for a 10 a.m. game. It's hard to kind of find that energy in an empty gym and a tournament atmosphere, but they brought it. Jackson Vandergaard plays so hard all the time and sets the tone for that team. So shout out to them.
Blue?
Tipping things off at 8:30 a.m. on last Thursday at Austin Anderson. You know what? Bo Ogden, that's who I went specifically to go see. And he did not disappoint whatsoever, hitting from all three levels. His shot looks even better. He's a young 15, 16-year-old as a sophomore. And he is, I don't even know how much, if he's hit the weight room yet. That's the scary part about his game that I'm noticing, is that everything is very fluid from one end to the other. It's very smooth, off the dribble, catch and shoot, go rebound, the body control. A lot of check boxes that were marked off in a 32-minute game, or actually for him about 20 to 22 minutes because they were leading. But man, coming to see another 26 tonight, so a lot to live up to.
That's fun. I'll go to a 26 and 25. I watched Mansfield Summit play Allen. Allen did win the game, and I have talked about them. I think I'm hitting on them in the newsletter a little bit, but essentially they're overwhelming, just like depth ultimately wins the game. But I want to go to the other side of the ball, and I thought two players for Mansfield Summit really stuck out, and that's 2026 Theo Brannon, point guard. Kid has crazy vision, sees the floor, knocks down shots, plays really hard. And then Ian Setta, who's a 2025. He's kind of a 6'5", power. What's up, dog? Power post. And he finishes everything. He plays really hard defense, and just like he's a really high floor player. Doesn't take a lot of maintenance. He's not a high maintenance player. You're not going to have to feed him touches. He's going to go create points, go create opportunities for himself, and then he's going to finish when someone else creates for him. Really, really liked what I saw from Ian and Theo Brannon.
Yeah, for me, as far as who was eating, how about the whole Central Texas region right now? Their names on the tip of the tongue of media, coaches, fans of basketball. And I just want to give a quick shout out to them, just because we've heard it all the time. When we're talking recruiting, we're talking areas around the state. Central Texas always feels like, they're slided a little bit and under the radar. So this is their opportunity, a lot of high-level basketball. And the one thing you hope is that they can use this to propel them years to come to be super relevant, and it's just great for everybody involved. Whether we talk about Lake Travis, I was talking to somebody, but Lake Travis and Stony Point are ranked in ESPN's national rankings. And sure, a lot of people do talk about them, but at the same time, no better time to be in Central Texas when there's hype there, because it brings eyes to the whole region. So if you're hooping right now, there's a great opportunity to be seen and to get some love, just because you have some big time programs doing some big time things. So you just hope to see Central Texas continue to build and take the momentum even further.
To hit that nail on the head, like, who's been the predominant Central Texas team that's been talked about the last couple of years? It's been San Antonio Brennan, and you didn't even mention them. That just shows you how much depth there is right now in Central Texas, and that's
also I'll say this, as a San Antonio person, I still don't consider San Antonio Central Texas. I'm a South Texas guy, so naturally when I think of Central Texas, San Antonio doesn't, in my mind. I know Blue has kind of been culturally Blue probably considers
Blue's very excited to get to pick a side here.
Yeah, Blue's a little Dallas. I'm still South Texas, San Antonio.
Oh, don't even start that, John Urie. I mean, Michael Timmons. Don't even start that. No, I was watching you when you were out there giving out passes. Don't even start.
Yeah, really long shorts. Really long shorts.
I was giving out passes because I was not a bucket. I appreciate
that. How many games you win? Rocket Pride, baby. 34 games, 35 games you won?
36.
Okay.
Michael, acknowledge your shorts were pants, not shorts.
Oh, yeah. There was very little space between the socks and the shorts. An elite time.
Hey, and that was a shout out to my boy John Urie from Houston.
Blue, who else was eating?
Well, I think I've mentioned this a couple times, but some of this you have to subscribe to the newsletter to get some in-depth things. But I'm going to give you a little taste right here with Fort Bend Clements. They're unranked in our GASO 6A top 25 team rankings. Not anymore. On Thursday, they will see their name highlighted. They're playing great team ball. The chemistry's there. Most of those players have been together on varsity for the past 2, 3, sometimes even 4. Divine Ugochukwu is one of the top unsigned seniors in the state. Josh Clark, 6'10", 6'11", steps out, shoots it, gets rebounds, blocks shots, moves well inside. He's going to be a guy the name's going to be popping up late, as we know how big men go as we get further into the season and into the spring.
Yeah, okay. I'm going 7 Spurlock Frisco Memorial, and I hawed how to like kind of share this story or tell this story. But 7 came out of the gates against C.E. King and was phenomenal. Hit a 3, hit a 15-footer, finished at the rim a couple times, got free throws. You look up, it's 15-9 with about 2 minutes in the first quarter. He gets his second foul and then subsequently gets his third in his frustration. Okay. What happens after that is C.E. King goes on a 24-0 run. And Coach Gibson looks down the line and says, 7, you got to go back out there. You got 3 fouls. He comes in, he battles the rest of the half, and they're in Frisco Memorial's down 20, I believe, but 7's a +6 in the plus-minus game. And all that to be said is like 7's a sophomore, 7's growing, 7's a really, really good player, really talented. But just to show the impact that this kid has on his team in terms of like what he means to them. He's a dynamic forward. He handles the ball. He initiates. He can shoot. He can pass. He can get downhill. He does so much. He can defend. He can rebound. He does so much for that team, and it just was so evident to me when he went out of the game. Yes, the circumstances weren't the greatest, but hey, who hasn't been frustrated in a basketball game? We got to grow, right? That's he's a sophomore, but just the sheer basketball alone, you could just see how much he means to that team, and it got me very, very excited in what he could be long term. So 7, continue to grow, man. You're a really fun watch, and keep leading that team.
So, as we transition to what you're looking forward to in December, Mass, I'll let you go and start because speaking of 7 Spurlock, he's a 2026, and looking at your notes, there's something in December that you're excited about, huh?
Yeah. We've got the 2026 rankings dropping in, I think we're probably going to do January, but after the tournament season's over, and it's going to be an epic discussion to say the least in the office. My good people tuning in, do us a favor in the comments, write some 2026 who deserve and belong in the 2026 rankings. We want to know them all. This is a huge state. We're going to try our best to cover them all. I'm sure there will be some worthy kids who don't quite make it. That's okay. Rankings are fluid. They're like water. We're going to reevaluate, and we're going to hone in on this class, and we're really excited to do so.
Yeah, I'll hop in. The holiday events, I feel like everything's a holiday event now because it's Christmas time, trees are up. So just all the events in December, starting with the Sci-Fair event for me this weekend. There's some good cross-regional matchups. Our guy, Charles Ament, does a great job over there, and that Sci ISD hospitality is going to be top-notch. The Berry Center is elite. But yeah, just these holiday events, and another reason why I love them so much is because they're big-time matchups. And as we transition to 2024, after New Year's, you'll start to see some of these teams kind of deem themselves as favorites. Because right now, I don't know if y'all agree with me. You probably do. It seems pretty wide open. Yeah. There's some names out there, but nobody's kind of grabbed the reins of this thing and said, yeah, we're number one. Come get us. I think we'll have some more clarity after these holiday events.
Especially Allen.
Yeah.
Loaded.
Yeah, you're right, Michael, because there's so many talking points in Region 1 alone. And everybody's path's a little bit different. But that's the one thing that I love looking forward to here in December as we kind of reach that stretch of slowing down, taking a couple of weeks off or a week and a half before we get to the after Christmas tournaments. And that's also, like you said, between Allen and the basketball championships and everything else that's going on in Round Rock. There's some important tournaments after Christmas that I look forward to kind of still pick up that narrative of what's going on across the state. What are those little nuggets that we're going to be able to talk about come February as we get into the playoff scene. I just love the team aspect of it all because something's going to pop that one of the three of us or even Tim Littlefield or Lyndon, whoever is out there from GASO staff, we're going to find something that's going to trigger that, We knew that was coming because we saw it back in December.
Yep. Kind of to that point, district starts. Hello. San Antonio Harlan versus Brennan tonight. I mean, like
Lake Travis, Westlake. I mean,
yeah,
hey.
starting tonight. And here's the beauty of district. Okay, district is wildly unique, and I think it's great from an evaluation setting because you get to see how defenses are going to actually play you. You know what I'm saying? During tournament time, it's so hard to watch 3 or 4 games of the film and get a real feel of what everyone's doing and how to defend them. Well, guess what? When it's district time, all hands are on deck. Freshman coach, JV coach, varsity assistant, head coach, all watching film, all picking you apart. And guess what? You're going to be defended a little bit differently. So who's going to be the guy who rises in the second season? That's when a really good true evaluation will come out because you are going to have everything thrown at you and how you respond to that. And your scoring average goes up, your assist average, your rebounding average goes up. You're elite. You are an elite player getting scouted, getting better.
And one thing that you're getting me so hyped up here is that one thing that I have seen in the past is that somebody's leading the pack in district play in that first half, and then all of a sudden they don't even make the playoffs. You know why? Because you've been scouted. Your best player is being taken out of the games defensively. There's so many really good coaches out there that look for all of those to get an edge especially in the second part. Because district is what matters, and it's so important to start off quick, but also be hot at the right time. You don't want to peak too early, and you don't want to you don't want to be that team that maybe missed out on a playoff run because you weren't ready or prepared in that first 2 weeks of December when district started earlier than ever.
Yeah, we see it every year. Teams that peak in November, December. You got to peak in March. Like that's
a real thing.
That's just it. Blue, there's a game 10 days from now that you're looking forward to. Tell us about
it. This is not putting pressure on these two teams, but I would love to see, and I don't think did we look at the schedule? Plano East does not have a tournament over this week, and I don't believe. But if we could get to December 15th, where Louisville is hosting Plano East and both are still undefeated, that's going to be a true test, I think, for both teams, but especially for Louisville. Louisville has, I talked to Coach Martin the other day, and he's having one heck of a season. And he's having a lot of fun. You look at their roster, they have one underclassman, a junior. He starts, McPeters, but what they're doing is they're running out there with all seniors coming in the game, basically, and off the bench. Their rotation, they're deep, they're athletic, they're fun to watch. Their true test to see how far, I think, to start the talking points of how good they are will start, I think, on December 15th. If they have to get past Capel also. And so it's already, we haven't even started district, but it's so fun to talk about already.
Agreed.
I think that's it. There's just so many talking points in December. I think this is really when we feel like, I don't know we have our little number spreadsheet of how many games we've seen. And it just seems like so many, but the season feels like it's just about to start now. With a lot out there left to figure out. I'm excited. Like we talked about, big time district matchups tonight, big time tournaments coming soon. No better time to be in this high school space than now. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I'm at 135 teams and about nearly 3,000 miles and about 3,000 miles traveled because I love basketball. I love the state of Texas. I love every bit of start to finish of this season.
I'm upset that he is beating me currently.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. Y'all get to life. I'm filming these games.
Tough.
Y'all's number's way bigger.
It's all right. We're doing
your depth of knowledge. It come on. It's elite, brother.
Hey, elite Twitter watcher over there. Just kidding. As for iFilm Hoopers, GASO Blue and GASO Mask, this was the GASOcast. Make sure you're following us on Twitter, keeping up with all the updates around the state, and join the GASO Fast Break family. We're giving you a newsletter every week. That's where our rankings are housed. And we're giving you a GASO Extra, an extra episode of the GASOcast every week. And then tune into A Cup of Hoops. That's where me and Blue just kind of talk and act crazy sometimes. I don't know. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one.